Welcome back to another episode of Student of the Game. I'm with Delaney Noll. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
This is going to be fun today. So this podcast is about leadership. It's about goals. It's about, planning. It's about small business. But the reason we call it Student of the Game is because I learned everything I know about business from the locker room. I feel like I've been a student of the game my whole entire life. Matter of fact, people ask me, what did you study in school? I said, I studied chemistry. I have my master's degree in chemistry. It just happens to be team chemistry. So today's about team chemistry. It's about being a student athlete. It's about talking to Delaney Noll and her journey through, loving of the game of basketball, the highs and the lows. So let's get into it, Delaney. You want to introduce yourself? Tell people what school you go to, what grade you're going to be in, a little bit about yourself.
Yes. Hi, I'm Delaney. I go to Homestead High School. I'm class of 2028, and I play basketball.
That's fantastic. So most people that are following your journey, at least on social media, know that you have a big following, know that you have a lot of offers to play Division I college basketball. But we're gonna kind of give the audience what they want. They want a little bit more of who is Delaney Noll.
Yes.
It's not just about the offers, is it?
No, it is not. It's a lot more than basketball.
On this podcast, we talk a lot about relationships, and in the game of life, relationships win. Delaney, you've heard me say that probably way too much. You probably get sick of me saying that, but when I say relationships win, or when you hear our family or our business say relationships win, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, relationships have a huge part in my life. So when I hear the phrase relationships win, I really do believe it. And it just shows how we are all here for like the same thing.
Yeah. So like we all have goals, we all have dreams. Like, I get up every single day. I help people, buy and sell homes, and I try to help people become confident homeowners. We talk a lot about business, but we also just talk a lot about, what's fundamental, So what does mastering the fundamentals mean to you? What's fundamental in your life?
Yeah, something fundamental in my life is definitely my core values. I mean, I have family values, and then I have my own values that I built on top of those family values. And my family values are love God, family first, work hard, tell the truth, and serve others. And those apply to all 5 of us in our family, even our dog. And I also have my own values, and it's believe, basketball, and bloodlines. So believe is I have a very strong faith, and I love learning more about God every single day. And then basketball, the obvious one, the thing I love to do the most. And then bloodlines, I love my family more than anything. And all these 3 things are just like my whole life.
Believe, basketball, and bloodlines. That's pretty cool values that you have. That seems like a guiding principle for you to make your decisions. One of the things we did very early on, and I think this is good for any business owner listening or anybody who's leading a family. We're all leaders of some kind, and whoever you're leading, it's important to lead from a standpoint of values. We hire and fire based on values. We teach and retrain based off of values. My mentor said, when your values are clear, your decisions become easy. Delaney, my guess is you haven't had easy decisions your whole life, have you?
Definitely not easy decisions, and I have a really hard one coming up soon. So
yeah, I know. Not real soon, but soon enough. We'll get on here and talk about Delaney's journey through basketball and where that's led her to today. But that's awesome. That's really cool. I mean, I'm as a dad, of course, I'm proud to hear that you have these values. I think every parent wants their children to have values, and not just values that you say them, but they're really on your heart. So let's get into a little bit about the next phase of this podcast is falling in love with practice. So many people know your story, know your journey. They at least see it from social media, right? Mom and I are pretty good about pumping you up, but we also bring you down and bring you down to reality every once in a while. Mastering the fundamentals is something that every business, every leader needs to know. What is fundamental for you? How do you make your decisions? And for you, you said it's about your values, which is really cool. But not every day is easy, is it?
No, definitely.
You ever had hard days?
For sure, yeah.
You having a good day today or a hard day today?
Today's been great, just relaxing by the pool.
Fantastic. You just finished your AAU season,
yes.
Getting ready to start school soon. You get about 1 week of summer, don't you?
Mm-hmm. I'm being forced to rest, so.
You hear that? You heard it here first. Forced to rest. Okay, Delaney, what you just said. I don't think the adults listening to this really understand the magnitude of that. If you don't rest, you got to force yourself to rest.
Yeah.
Too many times as leaders, we get burnt out because we just go, go, go. I mean, I was talking to a leader last night, and it's like, based on the culture that you're in, if that grind is part of your culture, working hard is one of our values. Like you heard Delaney say it. But if the grind is part of your culture, like sleep is for suckers, is like if that's part of your culture, like then there's burnout. And if there's burnout, you're not resting. So let's talk about a little bit about falling in love with practice. So tell me, Delaney, do you love to practice?
I absolutely love to practice. Yes.
I think you're a professional practicer. What do you love to practice?
Everything.
Like what? Like if you had a day to do whatever, like is it working out? Is it shooting? Like what type of basketball practice do you like to do?
I love team practice. I love being surrounded by people for sure. I haven't had that in a while, like that team energy at Homestead. We haven't had that for a while, but I love team practices. I love individual workouts where I work on getting to the basket, shooting, lots and lots of shooting workouts all the time on the gun. Better. Yes. Yes.
Well, we are recording this in July. It's going to go live in August. And when Delaney said it's been a while for a team, it's been maybe 30 days. Like June, you had Homestead basketball.
Yeah.
And so 30 days not being with your girls is a really long time. I totally understand that. But falling in love with practice. Has every day been easy?
No.
Okay. So I think this is the thing, and I'm really glad you're on here today to share it. And first of all, I'm proud of you. You should have a lot of confidence because you're helping somebody. Like you're helping the next generation. I remember when we took you to some of the Homestead basketball games and you wanted to be, one of those girls. You wanted to be Maya Epps. You wanted to be Carissa McLaughlin, Ayanna Patterson, some of the legends that have played at Homestead High School. Mm-hmm. You wanted to be them. Now there's people who kind of want to be you. You ever thought of that?
We've talked about it a few times.
Okay. What would you say to the young girl who's watching you who wants to be Delaney Noll?
I mean, you just got to practice. You got to fall in love with practice and you got to win it in the game of life. So.
Literally, you are a walking podcast. I don't know where you get this. So most people that look at business, for example, a lot of people have looked at our business and said, how have you been so successful, right? And what they don't ask is like, what have you had to go through to get to where you are today? Right? Like I remember, Delaney, we posted a reel recently of your practice and your workouts with one of your trainers. And what most people don't see is you met that trainer when you were 12 years old. Do you remember that?
Yes, we were.
Do you want to tell the story?
Yes, we went to this random gym in California. And I remember the first thing he did, hand me this heavy ball. I was like, what is this? This heavy ball?
You've never seen a 3-pound weighted ball, have you?
Yeah, never seen a weighted ball ever. He makes me do a 1-hour ball handling workout. And my shirt, when I tell you I probably should have brought another one, I probably should have brought another t-shirt. But then he texted again and I came back the next day and worked the same amount. So
what you may not have seen in that, and I know he'll probably listen to this episode and he'll probably get a chuckle out of this, but I guarantee he's like, this family from Indiana, this guy thinks his daughter is the greatest in the world. She's 12 years old. I don't train 12-year-olds. I train pros. I train college athletes. And this 12-year-old girl, I knew he was thinking this. So if you're listening right now, I know what you were thinking. I'm going to rip this dude off, man. I'm going to charge him so much he won't want to come back tomorrow. What do we do?
We came back tomorrow.
We came back. And I'm like, you ain't getting rid of this girl. Like, yeah. I'm telling you, she's different. She's built different. So you went back for a second date, didn't you?
Yes, we did.
4 years later, you guys have a pretty good relationship, don't you?
Yep. Text me all the time. I text him all the time.
Yep. You are somebody, Delaney, who you give energy. I've never seen anybody that gives the energy you do to other people. I think it's actually one of your gifts outside of basketball. I think basketball is your platform. I know you've said that before. It's not your identity, and we'll cover that today. But let's talk about, in business especially, people see the end result. They see the sale. They see the win. In sports, they see the win. A lot of times when somebody wins a championship, good reporters always ask the next question. They're like, tell me more. Like, what was it like going through the struggle? So I know it hasn't been easy to get to where you're at today. Maybe you want to share a little bit about some of the challenges you've had? Okay.
So when I was in 6th grade or
Probably,
7th grade?
I don't know.
6th or 7th grade. I was at where were we? I don't remember. Doesn't matter.
We were in Fort Wayne. There was an AAU club that had
Yeah.
tryouts, and we missed it.
Yeah.
You were our first child to play basketball past middle school. Your older sister is a college golfer, and she started playing golf, had some foot surgery, so she never really played AAU. She played travel basketball, but never played AAU. So you were our first child to play AAU basketball. We didn't know when signups were. We didn't know when tryouts were. What happened? All your friends did what?
Yes. All my friends, they made the elite team.
Okay.
And
elite means the best team.
yes, that would be what elite means. And they were on that team, and I was on the F team. And
Not even the B team. Not even the C team.
There was at least 15 girls on that team. I'm telling you, we practiced at interesting gym with bugs crawling through the walls.
Yeah, interesting places.
Yep.
You were on that team that probably a lot of girls, they were just starting basketball for the first time.
Yeah.
And for those that don't know, the Homestead class of 2028 is loaded. And you guys have had an amazing travel season up to this point. You guys have played together. Y'all are best friends. Like we always say, like, if show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. Right? Show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. If your friends are healthy, you have a good chance of being healthy. If your friends understand finances and take good care of their finances, you're probably going to do well financially. If all of your friends love basketball, you're probably going to play more basketball than your friends. And so you have a good group of friends. Those girls in the 2028 class, you're loaded. It's going to be exciting the next couple of years. And you traveled and you won a bunch of games, and now all of a sudden they're all on the elite team. And what team are you on?
The F team.
FGHIJK team.
The Z team on the backcourt.
How'd that make you feel?
That just like lit a fire in me. I was like, no way this is happening. I'm on a team with 15 girls and all of them are complaining. So
I remember, do you remember like you having like 10 turnovers a game?
Yeah.
It's like these girls can't catch the ball, man.
They could not catch the ball.
Delaney's throwing these dots and they can't catch the ball.
The only one that was catching it was Leah Worth. Worth was.
Yep. So after that made you feel bad. Mm-hmm. That lit a fire.
That lit that fire.
Do you think that was good for you?
That was great for me. Good learning experience.
Why is that?
Just because.
Why is that fire good for you? Like, you think you're talking to some kid right now who's listening? I guarantee you're talking to an adult. There's a lot of adults that are struggling, that have some adversity, but what you're about to tell them, I think, is gold. So why was that adversity good for you? You think?
Yeah, I mean, it just showed that I had something to prove, I guess, and it made me work just so much harder, just because I went from thinking I was good and wanting to be on that elite team to being like one of the hardest workers that I think one of the hardest workers. So I think it just like flipped a switch, really.
Yeah. Anything else happened to you that was adversity, as you're growing up and, you're going through your own basketball journey? It's a game you've fallen in love with, and now all of a sudden you get put on a team that's not very good. Anything else happen?
There is one other instance when I was in middle school and we were playing on my Woodside team, actually. So we were in this gym. I had hit like maybe 6 threes, and we're playing this team that's horrible. We're beating them by like 50, and I'm just like, I'm about to go for a record. And I hear from the top of the bleachers.
I'm going to pause for a second because I want you to say what you're about to say, but the audience needs to hear this. I'll never forget this. I think you had 28 points at halftime. You had not missed a shot yet.
So it's not
like you were just chucking these up. It's like you hadn't missed a shot all half, had 28 points, and then what happened?
So then I hear like a little birdie in the top of the bleachers. The gym is dead silent. Pass the ball! And I'm like, okay. So
how'd that make you feel?
That made me feel like very discouraged after I was playing pretty well that game, and then from then on it was just like, okay, pass first. Did
that take you a while to get over that?
Yes. To this day, I even think about it sometimes, but it doesn't nearly affect me as much as it did then.
Yeah. But like we talk about, all adversity, can help you if you understand that you're not the victim, right? I mean, you're not the victim. That's not your responsibility that some adult feels a certain way about you. And you used that for motivation again, didn't you? Mm-hmm. all adversity can help you if you have the right mindset. And I think, whether you're detailing cars, whether you're in real estate, whether you do mortgages, whatever your profession is, we all face adversity. I've faced adversity just in the last 60 days. I've faced adversity probably today sometime. And if I believe that adversity is out to get me, now I become a victim. And I think in all of our journeys, as we're all trying to be the hero in our own stories, there's going to be adversities. There's going to be setbacks. And Delaney, you're describing some of those. How have you handled those adversities? Like, tell the listeners how you've handled some of those adversities.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely taken time, for sure. It took countless hours in the gym for the first one. And then the one about pass the ball. But I think you really have to just, like how I said it, time is everything, and what you do in that span of time, that's what's important.
Yeah, for sure. Any other times in basketball that there were some setbacks?
So definitely this year there was a little bit of a setback.
You had a stress reaction in a place that a lot of 15-year-olds have.
Yes.
There's an axis point where you're growing and you're overusing your injury, or you're overusing your body. And this is called an overuse injury, what a lot of physical therapists would call it. And so there was a point in time where you became injured and you needed to sit out, because the only way you can heal this is through rest. It actually didn't fracture. It was a stress reaction.
Yes.
And rest was the only thing. And so you had to sit out some games, didn't you?
Yes, I sat out for 6 games, came back on November 26th, and played in my first game against Belmont.
Go get it, Belmont Braves.
Yes.
What do you want to tell the little girls that if anybody, because everybody, here's the thing that most people don't understand. And I've talked to, actually, matter of fact, today there was a dad that texted me of somebody else that got injured. And it's like, when you're young, if somebody has to sit out for a little while, that's all you can see. But as an adult, you start to understand, almost a lot of athletes get injured. That's part of being an athlete. That's part of the adversity that you have to overcome. How did you handle that adversity? Again,
it took some time, for sure. Yeah. But I think the encouragement from people around me is what got me through that the most, for sure. Just all the text and the people surrounding me always reminding me that God has a plan, and whatever he thinks is best for you is what's going to happen. He knows what's going to happen after this. And I think that just encouraged me a lot, just to not think about my back necessarily and think about the future. So basically what I heard is Delaney Noll, 4-star recruit, 23 so far Division I offers, Power 4 conferences. People want you to come out and visit. And here you are talking about your very first AAU season. You got put on a bummy team. Some adult calls you a ball hog. You deal with a back injury that has a setback and you have to sit out. I have to imagine your mindset is extremely tough, but you're the type of player that adds to cultures. You build cultures. You want to be the best teammate. The thing that I appreciate about you is, honestly, you don't care how many offers you have. You can only play at one place. You can't play at all of them, right? You get 50 offers, you can't play at 50 places. You can only play at one. And so there was a couple things that I remember that I'd like for you to talk about. When we went on our visit to one of the Power 4 schools, I remember one of the coaches, I just said, hey, how can Delaney prepare to come to college? And they said, nobody's mentally tough when they get to college. Nobody. And so they said, every athlete, every student athlete needs a sports psychologist. So I think that that's one pivotal point for you is, your freshman year, we started seeing Donovan. Shout out Donovan, right? Shout out Don.
Okay, Big Don. Shout out Donovan. So one of the things that I want you to talk about what he's done for you over the last couple of years. And then I think another thing I want you to talk about your mission trip. So talk about working with Donovan and what that's been for you in terms of practicing your mindset, working on your mindset. Yeah. So a lot of people listening right now, even in business, if you think the only thing you have to do is your job, your mindset is such a big part of that. You got to train the body, but you also have to train the mind. How have you been training your mind the last couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, I started going to Donovan about a year ago, maybe more than a year, actually. We've taken a little break this summer, but we're about to head back so I can get mentally conditioned for this season.
It's been 2 years. Sorry about that, Donovan.
Yeah, sorry, Don.
Started your freshman season, we started.
Yes.
And then you take a break during AAU season.
Yes. Yep. So I've learned countless things, but one thing that I've definitely used is visualization. So when we talk about something that I need to be working on, I'll visualize myself doing it in a game. Just take a few minutes, close your eyes, and just think about what it smells like, what it like would feel like, what it would look like, all those things. And then also I struggle paying attention in class. So he gave me a few tricks to use while I'm in class. He said, whenever you have a random thought pop into your head, you write it down on paper. You have a separate paper of notes for the class, and you have a separate paper of random thoughts. So you can write them down so you don't keep thinking about them. You like put them out.
Yeah,
so,
I love it.
Yeah.
I think for you leaders, one of the things that I think that's very similar, Delaney, to what you're saying, not just the random thoughts, but one of the things that's been most powerful for me is journaling. Mm-hmm. You know, I can look back and I save my journals. I have them on my iPad. And so I write down almost every single morning. I write down kind of my thoughts. What do I want? My prayers, my blessings. I write down, you know, some of my goals. And so one of the things that we believe is where there's no vision, people perish. And you've got to have your own vision. You've got to have a vision for what you want in your life. You have to have a vision for the people around you. If you're a leader right now, which most people listening to this are in some capacity, you have to understand what's your vision for the people around you. A lot of times when you're a leader, they're waiting for you to make that call. Where am I supposed to go? What do you need from me? Delaney, what else has Donovan helped you with? You have a gift that not most people know about.
Yeah,
you like to do what in your spare time?
One thing that like
you're a lead, by the way. You need to put this out on social media. Just go ahead, give the people what they want.
Okay, maybe the first or second session we talked about you can't just play basketball like that. If you just play basketball 24/7 and that's all you do, you play basketball, go to school, play basketball, eat some food in between, and then you sleep. That's all you do. That's not good for you at all. It's going to cause like burnout and things that you don't need. But he suggested painting to me. So I tried painting and I was not good at it at all. So I switched to something that was I thought it was a little bit easier. Some people think it's harder than painting, but I chose drawing. And now...
What do you like to draw?
I like to draw all types of animals. Doesn't really matter what kind of animal.
What's your favorite drawing you have?
Oh, I actually have one that's like a lion, and then it's a cross in between, and then it's like Jesus's face. And then there's the 3 crosses, and then there's like a sky. It's pretty cool.
You draw, what are some other ones you draw? You draw a giraffe?
Giraffe, monkey, lion, Stitch, otters.
Oh.
I love drawing otters.
Easy now. Okay. All right, Animal Kingdom.
Yes.
So you've been drawing, and I think LeBron came up with this more than an athlete, right? Like LeBron is trying to, no matter how you feel about Cleveland LeBron, Miami LeBron, Cleveland LeBron, LA LeBron, or Philly LeBron, no matter what you think about LeBron, one of the things he's done really well for the game and also for future athletes is to understand that your identity is bigger than your sport. And I think that's what you're talking about, what Donovan did. And I think something else that you really did is last summer you took a mission trip. Talk about that a little bit.
Yes, I went on a mission trip to the Dominican Republic. I went with my sister, and we went with our church group. Before we left, I would not say I did the best at preparing for it. I had no idea what we were doing. I missed a bunch of meetings because I had AAU tournaments on the weekend when we would meet. I barely read the book that we were supposed to read. We had to memorize verses that I didn't do. But I did by the time we actually were leaving, I memorized all the verses. So
you got all your work done.
I got all my work done before we left, but it was a struggle. I had to send out these notes to get money. That was a struggle. But I did everything, but I didn't really know how much I would need it and how much I would use from it. And so we were on the mission trip. We did so many amazing things. We installed water filters. We prayed with families. We had interpreters that would talk to them and talk to us and say what each other were saying. We painted a church. We handed out medicine. We did blood tests. We did many amazing things.
You cared about the people at DR, and you feel like your life was changed when you came home.
Yes.
I have to know something. You're such a kind person. You have joy in your heart. Your middle name's Joy, Delaney Joy. Yes. You have joy in your heart. You're a kind person. You're the best teammate ever. Like you're the best friend anybody's ever had. Like you're just like a cool person. But when I see you on the basketball court, I feel like you want to rip someone's head off. Like you're a dog. Like you go for a rebound and these girls that are bigger than you will throw them on the floor.
I try.
You try to be kind, but they just won't give you the ball, so you take it from them?
Yeah.
Okay, you're a rebounding guard. That's fine.
Yeah.
Big, tough rebounding guard. Okay. Well, what else? Anything else? Okay.
Actually, I have a question for you.
Oh, hold on. We're not done with this. I got more questions for you, buddy.
Okay.
Okay. You got a question? Wait, you have questions for me? This is my podcast.
But I came prepared. You said to prepare, so I did.
What do we say about preparation in our family?
Preparation creates separation. Don't sleep.
Separation season. Don't sleep. Preparation creates separation. All right, I guess you were prepared. All right, Delaney, I got a couple questions for you that the listeners might want to know. Matter of fact, there's probably some girl out there who's watching you play that wants to know how you think also. When people watch you play, what do you hope that they notice that doesn't show up in the box score?
I definitely, as a player that likes to be nice to her teammates, maybe not to the other team,
Right.
but to my teammates, I really hope they see how encouraging I am and how many high fives I give, how much of a leader I am. I'm trying my best to get huddles, like at a free throw.
Yep, get those girls
Try
together.
to get huddles to show them my leadership, show them my encouragement. So that's something that doesn't show up on the box score.
You remember that video I showed you about Steve Nash? He led the league in high fives one year, and he was an all-star. It's like, I know all these coaches right now, the Oregon football coaches, there's a lot of coaches that are trying to find that little difference in everybody. We do that in our business. Like, in your business, what are those little differences that you do? And you're saying high fives, getting people together, being an elite teammate is something that you do very well. Every coach that has been recruiting you has talked about culture, right? What do they say? They want good culture or bad culture?
They all want good culture.
Really?
Good culture. Yeah.
What's the difference between good culture and bad culture?
I think good culture is measured by how much your team actually spends outside of doing things just basketball related. Like if your team is going out and they're just hanging out, they're just chilling on couches together, like that is a team that actually likes each other, enjoys being around each other, and that is what, in my opinion, it's culture. I don't think it's like the coaches making them all do a group activity. I think it's them choosing to do a group activity together.
Yeah, and the buy-in, right? Like that's what culture is for me. It's like buy-in. It's like the leader can demand, the leader can give tasks and responsibilities, but if there's no buy-in, I think that's hard. What are some things that you do for your team, like for Homestead? What do you guys do to build culture?
Yeah, I mean, this year, especially like this summer, we had pool parties. We did 7 brew runs. We went to Kings Island together. We did so many fun things together that we're not told by our coach to do. And I think that just is what separates us from other teams and makes our culture that much better.
So I've been part of teams where we didn't want to hang out outside of practice. Like there were just some guys on the team that it's like, I really don't want to hang out with this person. They're mean, they're selfish. Like we just don't align in our values, right? And I think that's where it shows up. Is that kind of the same thing that you're going through? Is like when your values are similar and all the girls want the same thing, it's easy to then take that culture out off the court and then do activities like bowling or going out for dessert or 7 Brew. Is that like a new coffee shop or something?
No, it's Dirty Sodas. If you like Dirty Soda, go check it out.
Okay. All right. Maybe,
this isn't an ad, but
maybe we'll get that sponsorship.
they're getting free advertising.
Free advertising, 7 Brew. Welcome to Fort Wayne. Your personality says you're incredibly coachable. Why are you so coachable?
I think one thing for me is I try to have the best eye contact with my coach when they're talking to me.
Love it.
I think it just shows respect, and it actually helps me pay attention more when I have eye contact with my coach. So I think that is just something that it's just a little thing that perceives me as coachable, I guess. Yeah.
Tell me what you like in coaches. Like what are you looking for in a coach, either at the next level, or what do you like about your current coaches?
I would say I think my 2 coaches are very similar but very different. I think they both coach very hard. They love to coach me hard and yell as loud as they possibly can.
Do you respond to hard coaching?
Yes, I do very well.
You like hard coaching?
And yes, I have a few things that Coach Parker has said that are pretty funny.
Let's talk about these because you come home and like you are in stitches. What are some things that you've heard that he calls you?
All right, one, we got you looked like a sloth on steroids running down the court.
Okay.
We got your new nickname is going to be 2-ply because you're soft like toilet paper.
Okay.
We got Oh, during Christmas, he was like, go home and whisper to your elf that you want the gift of sprinting.
Okay.
We got, oh, my orthopedic grandma could have gone through that screen. And yeah,
Does that make you feel bad?
It does in the moment, but at the end of the day, he's just trying to make me better. So
yeah, I think as an adult, one of the things that I would say, in a work setting is one of our core values at our company is earn everything, and you have to earn the right to be hard on somebody, right? And I think this is what I'm hearing you say. You have to earn the right to be hard on somebody. If I want to yell at somebody, if I want to get after them, if I want to push them past their comfort zone, I have to earn the right to do that. So I have to ask about their family. I have to ask about their hobbies. I have to ask about them as a person outside of work. And I think what I'm hearing you say, whether it's Coach Parker, whether it's Coach Danny with Indy One, shout out Danny. What do you like about Danny? What does Danny do well?
Yes, I feel like he knows so much information. He just is always like saying these facts that I would have never thought were even relevant, but they are. He ties everything in. He loves to yell as well. But he loves coaching hard, and he does it in the right way, if that makes sense.
Yeah. His timing's right. Like when he's yelling at you, you need to be yelled at.
Yes.
He's just not yelling to waste his breath, is he?
Exactly. And then he also can have fun too. Like Coach Parker, he also has fun. So that's what I love. They can be really hard on me because they want me to be a better player, and then they can also have this little funny side to them too, and it's just like so much fun to be a part of.
Delaney, let's say the younger generation is getting coached hard and they don't like it, whether they're a high schooler or college kid, they're in AAU and Danny's yelling at them or Parker's yelling at them. What advice would you have for young girls that are getting coached hard that are maybe a little uncomfortable?
Yeah, I think it really depends on their goals and how high up they want to go, how far they want to go. I mean, it really just depends on who the player is. So
yeah. What do we say? You have to be comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yes.
Right. A coach's job is to pull the best out of you. You have really big goals. That's one of the reasons why you're so comfortable when people are coaching you hard. When coaches are hard on you, it's making you better. If somebody has lower goals, it might make them uncomfortable because they don't want to be yelled at, right?
Yes.
In the workplace, I think you need to have people that speak truth into you. I mean, you don't need yelling at somebody at the workplace. That's a little reckless. But you need to have somebody that I think will speak truth to you based on the goals. If you want a promotion, you have to be willing to be pushed. If you want to make more money, you have to be willing to be uncomfortable. And it's no different, playing in youth sports. Delaney, a lot of people don't think about this, right? In your shoes, a lot of people think about I'm getting recruited. I'm getting heavily recruited. There's a lot of schools that are calling me. Matter of fact, we were just jumping on the podcast, and before we hit record, a coach was on the phone talking to you and you're like, I'm sorry, I'm jumping on a podcast, I'll call you back. Right?
Yes.
But let's think about it from a coach's perspective. The coaches have 15 girls just like you, right? And so I want you to give advice to the younger girl who's going to be recruited someday. Imagine you were a coach with like one scholarship left, why would somebody want to recruit Delaney Noll?
Yeah, I think something that separates me is just I work hard every play. Like, I try my very best to not take any plays off. I mean, I just work the hardest out of everybody, and I think also adding to that, it's also like the teammate that I am. I pick up my teammates. I don't let them stay down. Like, if they're missing shots and they're in their head, I'm like, come on, you gotta be here with me. Like, it's gonna be okay. And I just try to lift them up as much as I can. So I think being a teammate and a hard worker is something that separates me for sure.
Yeah. I'll add to that a little bit. I think you're infectious. I think your personality is infectious. I think older girls really respect you because of how hard you work, right? And younger girls respect you because they want to be like you. They want those results. They see how hard you work. They see you in the gym. And I think you have an infectious personality. You're somebody who adds to culture versus taking it away. So when your college career's over, when your high school career's over, when your WNBA career's over, what do you hope people remember about you?
I definitely hope they remember that I didn't just play basketball. Like, I want them to know that about the person that I am and how my story is, everybody's story is different, but my story for sure, I am nowhere without God, and God helped me through basketball. So I just want everyone to know that.
Yeah. And I think we talk about all the time, like basketball is your vehicle, right? Basketball is your platform. We were told growing up that there's more to life than basketball, but through basketball, you can learn many important lessons about life. And you're a prime example of that.
Yes.
Delaney, you just answered what winning at the game of life is. We talked about mastering the fundamentals. Your fundamentals are your core values. Falling in love with practice. You talked about how much you love to practice and how hard you work. You talked about some of the struggles and the setbacks you've had that makes you who you are today. I mean, you're still 16 years old with 2 years of high school basketball, 1 year of AAU left before you even go to college. And you're talking about winning at the game of life, how you want to be known for more than just a basketball player. Yeah, you want to be known as a great friend. You want to be known for your faith. You want to be known for somebody that uses their platform to impact and improve the lives of other people, don't you? Mm-hmm. Before we go, you said you have some questions for me.
I do.
Oh boy. I have some questions for you then.
All right. What basketball skills translated the best into business? Like, you have built a business. You have that thing. You have 3-point realty. Like 3-pointers.
Yeah, everything about our business has a basketball.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. I'll tell you. I think leadership. Is a big one. My story is I had a very successful individual career. You've heard me say this. I scored 51 points in a game in high school. Was almost our all-time leading scorer by only 23 points away. I was third all-time in the state of Michigan for made 3-point baskets. I had a good individual career. Scored 1,000 points in college. Went Division I. Had a great career. Just didn't win as a team. And so I had a burning desire to win as a team. And so I think what translated is leadership and how I've improved my leadership. The leader I used to be, I can see very similarly to you. The leader I used to be is I just would tell myself, I'm just going to lead based on my actions. I'm just going to work really hard and expect people to follow me. And I think what I've learned is I have to do that, but I also have to use my words. I have to communicate. And so I think that leadership and communication and being extremely passionate about a winning team and a winning culture is something that basketball gave me.
Yeah.
My turn.
No. I got one more. I got one more.
Okay.
When you were growing up, who would you say was your biggest mentor, figure that you looked up to the most?
That's a tough question. I think there's a couple different ways. Obviously, my parents were huge. My mom always taught me to live a principle-centered life. And I think that goes far beyond basketball. My dad was extremely great with relationships and building relationships with people, and obviously taught me the game of basketball. So when it comes to my parents, I think they taught me a lot. My brother and sister. My brother came over from England. He left his family behind. He left his home country behind, and he came over from England, and that was really inspirational for me. My sister, she's an amazing basketball player, has her jersey retired and scored 2,000 points in college and was the best player in high school in our area. So my whole family inspired me. The person that wasn't a member of my family was probably my youth leader, Brian Filson. Shout out Brian Filson. He's somebody that wasn't mom and dad. He wasn't my brother and sister. He wasn't aunt or uncle. He was somebody that volunteered his time and helped me become the man that I am today. And I really respect him. So that's a great question, Delaney.
Yeah. And can we just tell the audience real quick, what is Grandma Bierman, if you're listening to this, what is a mom number one?
Oh, stop.
Can you please explain this to us?
Okay, mom number one. I'll explain it real quick. So mom number one was my mom always liked when I got into the passing lane and stole the ball. Well, what she didn't realize was I didn't play a whole lot of defense and I wasn't that quick. So you steal the ball a lot more than I do. That's a mom number one, is when you jump in the passing lane and steal the ball. Thank you, Delaney.
Yes. Shout out Grandma Bierman.
Shout out. Delaney, it's game day and you got a playlist. Who you listening to?
It changes a lot, I will say. But from 6th grade to probably freshman year, I had 3 songs I listened to before every single game. Lose Yourself by Eminem, White Iverson, and Grateful. So
Post Malone and DJ Khaled.
Yes.
Like we like to say in our house, gangster and gospel. Those
yes.
that's our music palette.
Yes.
And now a little Rod Wave.
Now a little Rod Wave.
A lot of Rod Wave.
A lot of Rod Wave, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Delaney, we've had a good conversation. Maybe we'll have you back on the episode. Maybe we'll have you back on the podcast. But a student of the game is all about paying attention to other people, paying attention to your surroundings. What lessons can you learn? If you're a small business owner, if you're a leader out there, what can you learn from a 16-year-old girl right here who's sharing her story about basketball? Like, what can you learn from it? I know I'm learning every single day from you, Delaney. On this podcast, we talk about relationships win. And in the game of life, relationships win. If you believe relationships win, you also believe relationships lose. And some relationships lose because of the effort that we need to put into them. So, Delaney, as we close up and we say relationships win, these kids these days say, give this man or woman her flowers, give this girl her flowers, which is just appreciation and accolades.
Yes.
You have a couple people you want to give some flowers out to today?
Yes, I do. I have 2 in particular, and then I have 2 more. So I have 4 flowers to give out.
All right.
We have Brad Noll, the one and only, because he runs a podcast, he runs a business, he does so many things behind the scenes that not a lot of people recognize, and I just want to give you the flowers, and thank you for having me today.
Received. Thank you.
And I want to give them to my mom because I know she's going to listen to this
Shout
a few times.
The GOAT.
Yes, and she does everything for our family. She also runs a business. So she does many, many, many things and doesn't get a lot of respect towards her. So definitely give her.
Big flowers for mom, where you get your good looks from, your size, your height, your athletic
Yes.
ability, all your good qualities you got from your mom.
Yes.
Okay. You got a couple more flowers?
Yes, and then 2 more for my siblings,
Oh.
Trey and Bree. Don't know if they'll listen to this, but definitely for them because they are like my best friends. I'm always with them. Right now I've been with Trey a lot, and he is something else. He likes to, if he tries something new that he didn't want to, he'll love it. We've learned that.
Mm-hmm. That boy's a clown.
We've known that for a while. And then Bria is over serving in Zimbabwe right now, but when this is out, she won't be. But she's just out there changing our world, and she deserves some flowers. So
big golfer, hitting bombs and changing our world at the same time.
Yes.
That's awesome. Well, hopefully you've enjoyed something today. This wasn't about just having my daughter on a podcast. It was about how to be a great teammate, how to build culture. These are all lessons that all of us need a little more of. Delaney, thank you for being a guest today. Hope you come back.
Yes.
And good luck with your journey. Good luck being recruited. Great to have you, and good luck with Homestead this year.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, that's a wrap, everybody. If you enjoyed this episode, screenshot it, share with a friend, maybe share with your kids. Share with your kids and let them know, like, hey, mom and dad, we're not perfect. We're just trying to do the best we can. If you're a leader right now, just listen to this, understand that, you are a leader, whether you're a parent, whether you're a coach, whether you're a business owner, all of us lead somebody. And it's really important to just remember to be a student of the game. That's a wrap. Thanks, everybody.